Derek Aitken says he thought he was going to die while suffering from burning fevers, dry cough and shortness of breath. Joining me now is Derek, who lives in LA. He is here to tell us his story. Derek, first of all, you look good. Do you feel good?
Hello. Yes, I'm feeling much better than last week. I can say that.
And what were your symptoms?
So initially it was the sort of a fever in the night, so sort of hot and cold sweats. That started off quite lightly. So because of the travel and the events that I went to, I kind of thought I was just run down. And then the body aches started. And so then it was body aches and fever. And then within a few days, my breath, it was just really hard to breathe. So that kind of worsened as well.
How did you know you had contracted coronavirus?
I got back to the States after I just thought I was run down, but when I got back, it continued. And so I went to the emergency room at Cedars and had the test done. It took a couple of days to come back. And over those few days waiting, it became worse. And I thought maybe I have something a little bit more than a cold or a flu or being run down. So then, the doctor called and said that I was positive for the coronavirus. So it was a bit of a shock to hear.
Do you know how you got it?
At the moment, they can't really pinpoint to the exact time. I may have contracted it here before I left for Australia. I just went for a 5-day trip, just before any travel restrictions or any isolation was in place. But it could have been here. It could have been on the way down or sort of during my transit in Sydney Airport somewhere.
Okay, so during that time, Derek, you obviously had contact with a lot of people and you didn't know, you weren't showing symptoms, but have you had to retrace your steps, let everyone know who you came into contact with that they need to self-isolate?
Yes, I did that straight away. So everyone that I was with at the function during the weekend and any friends and family that I saw, self-isolated instantly, and a lot of people were tested, and so far everyone that I was with has tested negative, which is a good result. But I spent most of the day that day contacting all those people and obviously airlines and businesses that I was at.
Now, you're not alone in being an Aussie living in LA. There's many people living in LA there. What is life like at the moment?
I'm a Kiwi, actually.
Sorry, Derek, I apologise.
It's okay.
Well, we're broadcasting to
I lived in
New
Australia,
Zealand, so you can say hi to your
for
family
a long time. Oh, good. Hello. No, life is, I think we're taking it seriously here in California. I think we've been on lockdown for a while. There's many states that maybe not so, like Florida. I think people are flocking to the beaches. But I feel like, people I know here are mostly kind of adhering to the lockdown and the restrictions quite well. So, yeah.
In America, you don't have the Medicare safety net that we have here in Australia, and I know that you know how difficult that health system can be to navigate if you have health insurance. First of all, please tell me you have health insurance. And is
I
it
do have
useful
health insurance
at this point?
I had the test done at the hospital and I have health insurance and I haven't seen anything yet come in from that. But if I nearly kind of checked myself into hospital due to the level of, the severity that I felt. And I think if I had it, I would be concerned of what my bill may have been, just because it's just absorbent over here. But I do have health insurance, so I feel okay at the moment with that.
And Derek, you are very, very fit and healthy. What is your message to people that just think this is an old person's disease?
Yeah, no, I think there's more and more reports at the moment with everyone at every age getting this and at every degree. So I think, everyone does need to listen and stay home. And, I thought if I contracted this, it would be like a common cold or maybe a slight flu, but it was much more serious. So I guess it can affect us all differently. So I think, make sure that you're locked down and let's try and get through this quickly.